Hello and welcome to Ambi Marie Knits, episode 92. My name is Amber. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I like to talk about yarn related items. I knit, crochet, sew, spin, and occasionally dye yarn. And fiber, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. If you've been sticking with me, I do really appreciate you. Just wanted to get that out there. I don't think I say that every episode, but I really do appreciate everybody who takes the time out of their day to stop by and visit. I really appreciate it. So, we have 1 to 2 finished objects, depends on your perspective, some whips, a new whip, and some spinning, and some dyeing, kind of, sort of. So, we're going to go ahead and jump right in. Of course, I'm Amber. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Ambi Marie Knits. Everything I talk about in some way, shape, or form is linked below. I have the Ravelry project pages from the, patterns and stuff and whatnot, my projects. And when I talk about a shop, there should be a link in the enabling section down below. I know it's a disaster down there, but you'll find it. Just look. So we're going to jump into the first actually 100% finished object, and then I've got a mostly finished object. So the first finished object is a little chickie, because we all know how much I love making chickens. I don't even like chickens, but I love making chickens. They're so much fun. So this is the Emotional Support Little Chickie by Annette Corsino. This is the 4th one I made this year. They take me like 2 hours. They're fast. This is done in hand spun. I do not remember the colorway name, but it is dyed by the Fiber Genie, and I'll show you something more about that here in a little bit. And they're linked below. But look how cute. I don't know. I thought the black beacon stuff looked good with the neon. So, just a little squishy hand spun chickie. Makes me happy. So there's that for a finished object. The next one is a mostly finished object, and it was supposed to have been done today, gone in the mail today. But when I messaged Emily at Fangirlfibers and said, hey, this is going to be done, I think I messaged her on Wednesday. She's like, yeah, I'm not going to be home. Why don't we wait a week? I'm like, I can procrastinate more. Yay. So, the Doodle sweater. This is the Spellbound charts on the Holiday Doodle sweater by Jamie Lomax at Pacific Knit Co. This is a sample for Emily of Fangirlfibers. And it's pretty much done. So, I still have more duplicate stitching to do. So these kitties have tails. So I still have to duplicate stitch this sleeve. I thought I did it, but I didn't. So I got to duplicate stitch this sleeve. These kitties need tails. And then these books and these books need a little bit of a darker, like in between these 2 shades of pink on there. And that's all I got left. So it's pretty well done. Very pleased with it. A little bit bigger than what I anticipated, but that's okay. Gauge happens. It's still going to be wearable. But yes, thank y'all. This one took me, I started it on January 1st, and then I procrastinated on it through the majority of January because I got the stuff to make it in December. But then I procrastinated. I don't remember. Regardless, it still only took me about cast on date to bind off date. We're going to say like 7 weeks, 6 to 7. So not terrible, but yay. Just, it looks so pretty. Color's great. So fingers crossed this is the last time you see this, but you might see it completely duplicate stitched next week. We'll see what happens there. So that's it for finished knitting objects. Next up, we're going to jump into whips. The first whip, this is a bag by Crafty and Broke. I think I got it in a countdown or an advent or something. This is the shop sample I'm doing for Mad Knitter's Yarn. It is a Grid Gambit Cowl by Samantha Gurin. This is 2 out of the 3 of them I'm going to be making. Yarn is Jody Long Llama Mia and Queensland Fiji. So, it's getting there. I'll work on it more tomorrow. I mean, now that the doodle is like, the knitting part's done, I can just breathe. It's quite nice. So, that's been fun. Let's see. Next whip is the socks I've been making. Ooh, bag made by me. I'm wearing one of my new shirts I got for my birthday for my sister. Okay, so first sock is done. This yarn is Yarns of Italy, colorway denim, just basic 75-25 wool, kind of like an opal, or I mean it's thinner than a Patton's Croy, but it's like the sturdy sock. First one, I did a heel flap and gusset. I knit these magic loop on size 1s, 2.25 millimeter. The pattern is a nice rib sock by Glenna C. Cuff, ribbing, heel, foot and toe. Pretty cool. Second sock, we have cuff, we have leg, we have pulled out the stitches on the heel gusset, or the heel flap, because that's just the way life goes sometimes. Bear with me while I at least get them on the needle. There we go. So we have half a heel flap that's has an oopsies, but it's fine. I'll fix that. So those are coming along pretty well. I'll get there. I don't work on it all the time. That's everything I've been working on that you've seen. Bag made by me. I decided I needed a big emotional support chicken. So this pattern is, of course, a combination, as I've been doing, between the chicken pattern by Tracy Carria and the emotional support chicken by Annette Corsina, because I like aspects of both patterns, so I do both of them. The tail is the chicken pattern because it is in one piece. And then the striping is the emotional support chicken. Everything else is the same on both. But look at this. I'll do it like this. So soft and squishy. So, yarn used. Do I have any? There's a little bit left of this one. This one was Gnomes by the Fiber Genie. I know the name of that one. The red, which is this color, Ready Pink. I don't remember. It's some kind of Valentine's name. It is also by the Fiber Genie because I have a whole bunch of stuff from her. So the gusset for the belly is going to be this. I hope there's enough of it. If there's not, I may toss in some of this from Knits and Pearls that I had from Advent. The beak, do like the orange and yellow, that is the same as the Neon Chicken, which is also the Fiber Genie. So I'm really excited. I don't think I'll finish this tonight. This is later than I normally record. We are sitting at after 4 o'clock. I was like getting home. I'll talk about that in life and stuff here in just a few. But look how cute he is. I just can't wait to get this stuff so I can snuggle it. This is going to be called my Snuggle Chicken because this hand spun is so squishy and snuggly. So really, really excited on that. So that's really all the knitting I've done this week. I do have spinning mostly finished object. So that fiber I showed you last week, yeah, I've already spun it, already plied it. It's all good. So these are, let's see, we have Divinedyeworks Neon Lights. And then Divinedyeworks, the Glitzy Lightning. There's a QR code if you'd like to get to their shop. And Replied. I have not washed it yet. So here's the big one. This is, I think, about 450 yards between the two of them. So not as thin I was hoping, but that's okay. But I plied those two, and I think it looks all right. It's not bad. It's pretty soft. And then I had a little bit left on this one, so I chain plied the Neon Lights. It is way too twisted. So I haven't washed it yet, but like to tell when a yarn is, you know, balanced or not, and I don't know if it counts before or after you wash it. So like this one, it, like when you let it go, it almost makes a half a twist. So maybe a little bit too much twist, but not terrible, right? And I don't know if that'll change when I wash it. It might. But this little one I chain plied, oh my goodness gracious. So when I let it go, sorry, it's hard to get it on the frame. It goes whoop. It's not as bad there, but I think this one's definitely over twisted. This is only like 20 or 30 yards or something. It's not much, but I wasn't going to leave it on there. So I just decided to chain ply it because I wanted to see what it looked like with the how muddy it got. And it's not terrible, but it is a little bit. So that's all of that. Next thing, told you about dyeing yarn. Well, not dyeing yarn, dyeing fiber. So I bought from Knit Picks a while back some of the Swish Unspun Roving. So fuzzy. I just got a wild pair and just decided, you know what, we're going to dye this. So pictures here. It's not done yet. It is currently cooking. I have a timer. If it goes off, that's why. So this is my first attempt at dyeing fiber. It is superwash, so that's nifty because less likely to mess that up. Less likely to felt it. It does fall apart really easy though. Like you can just kind of see. So I'm scared to wash it, but we're going to see what happens on that. So that's currently cooking. You know, I'll probably let it cook for timer goes off. Then after it's done cooking, I'm just going to shut it off, probably put some foil on it, and just let it sit overnight, and I will wash it tomorrow. And then bring it up in a towel, let it dry, and hopefully by next week, you'll see what it looks like. One way or another. Knowing me, I'll probably just start spinning it as soon as it's dry, because why not? I don't have a spinning project at the moment, unless I come up with one between now and then, which is also entirely possible. So that's all the crafty stuff I've been doing, but there is a little bit more. So when it comes to spinning, my friend Tamara, who is caffeinated_craft_mama on Instagram, as she learned to spin. So last weekend I dropped off a drop spindle, a top purl. She messed with that a little bit. And then I think it was Monday maybe, I dropped off a Turkish spindle, a little 3D printed one, Andy made me. So she tried that out, went a little bit better there. That was not this Sunday, Monday. That was the week before. And then today went and picked her up because we've had a ton of snow. Speaking of live stuff, we got 8 inches of snow is what I measured. So she's had snow days, so she hasn't had to go to work. So I went and picked her up today. We went to Mad Knitters and sat there, and I showed her how to use my electric eel wheel nano, and I sent her home with it. So she's going slow on it, about 15 minutes a day or so, because we all know how it is learning something new. It's so easy to get frustrated and mad at it. So keep it to just a little bit, just enough to try it, and then eventually it's going to click. And quite frankly, she was doing way better on the nano than I was when I first attempted to do it. So that means I must have been doing something right, showing her how, maybe. I don't know. I'm not the best of teachers, so I felt really good being able to do that. So that's really all I've got for y'all. Snow. We're supposed to have gotten like 12 to 16 inches of snow. I think the weatherman said the snowflakes were smaller, so that's why it was like half of what was expected. I'm okay with that. The main roads are great right now. Side roads in my driveway, they're not fun, but the main roads are good, so it's okay. We also had record-breaking lows, like for the temperature. I don't remember what day it was, but it got down to like -12 here, which is the coldest it's been in a long, long time, and it was a record for that day. So we're going to warm up now. I think next week's going to be like fall, spring, and like 60 degrees or something. Hey, there's that timer. So since the timer is left for that fiber, I'm going to go get that turned off so it can cool. And I do want to thank everybody for watching. I do appreciate you so much. Tell me how your weather's at. Please comment below. Is it warm? Is it cold? Did you have crazy snow like I did? Hopefully not too bad there. But thank you everyone for sticking with me, and I will see y'all next week.